Hello, hello. I hope all is well wherever you are. Whew. So today is my 2-year anniversary of my sterilization. I still feel very good about my decision. I still do not want to have kids. I am still very much happy being Auntie Brandy. Happy, 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 happy. So with this anniversary, I did want to kind of go back to the one time that I was pregnant and I decided to terminate. Trigger warning. Um, yeah, it was back in 2017. I was with someone that did not deserve my presence, and we got pregnant. And I knew immediately, that I wanted no parts. I did not want to be pregnant. I did not want to be a parent. I did not want to give birth, and I did not want to be attached to this particular human for the rest of my life. I wanted no parts of it whatsoever, and I knew that. I knew that from the beginning. There was no convincing me of any other path to take. So I took pregnancy tests, I did blood work, I got that confirmation. We may have had 1 to 2 conversations, and I do remember him disappearing, and I had to scrape up the money to cover his half of my procedure, which looking back now, I think may have been a setup to where if I didn't have all of the money, I couldn't get the procedure and therefore be pregnant. Looking back, I won't go into all the details, but I have reason to think that. Um, and it aligned that I got paid again that very week, and I paid for my procedure. I did a medical termination where we take some of the pills at the place and get the other ones from the pharmacy and you take the rest at home. I went to my procedure by myself, did the ultrasound, all of that stuff, got the medication, and I will say that it was very much like a very heavy period, like they told me, more cramping than I was used to. And as far as what came out of my body, clots, just a bunch of blood clots. I don't know if everyone, I know every woman isn't the same, but I pass clots every month with the period anyway. During that time though, the medical termination, it was just big old clots of blood. If anybody wanted to know, all of those crazy pictures and stuff they be showing you, I terminated at 7 weeks, and I have absolutely no regret because I knew I wasn't ready, um and if it allowed me to finally close the door to that particular person in my life and move on finally. Whew. Don't let nobody tell you that you anything for wanting to terminate a pregnancy. If it's not an absolute yes, it should be a no when it comes to having kids. Point blank. Period. I yeah, I don't regret a thing because I know I did what was best for me. And I had a couple of opinions in my ear, but I still end up doing what was best for me. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a conversation with him after the fact where he made his wishes known of me wanting to keep said pregnancy. And it just didn't make sense. We wasn't together like that, off and on. Like, he had other children. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. And I guess with me saying this, it's just me sharing my story. And if it reaches anybody that find themselves in that situation where they are like, they know they don't want to move forward, but there's a lot of outside influences, tune them out. Tune them out. You know what you want to do. Be it carry the term or terminate. I'm not pushing either one. You know what you want to do. Do what it is that you want to do. You have no reason to be ashamed. Nobody, no religion, no nothing has the power to condemn your spirit to no place. Okay? They don't. Do what is best for you. Period. Don't give anybody any more power over you and your decisions. And I just wish more people, talked about this kind of stuff so that women who are in certain situations feel like they trapped because they claim they don't believe in this, but it's what's been told to them. It's what's been poured into them. It's what they know. They pretty much beat this kind of stuff into your head over the years about heaven and hell, and you have to have children. This is the American way. All this BS. And that's all it is. It's just BS. If you want to bring children into the world, bring children into the world. If you feel ready to be a parent, go ahead and shoot for the stars. But if you are pregnant and you are unsure, or you know you can't afford this child, you know you are not there mentally, emotionally, financially, you're not there to carry on the role of a parent, because it is a huge role. It's the role of a lifetime. There is a lot that you will have to do, to sacrifice, to embody, to be a parent. We have what we see as decent parents. We have what we see as ain't shit parents. We have viewership of all of it. It takes a lot to do this. And it takes just as much to say, I'm not ready for that. I'm not equipped for that. I don't want to do that. Mistakes happen. Sex happens. Unprotected sex happens. It all happens. Okay. So you can prevent pregnancy, or you can do what you will for a current pregnancy you may be facing. It's so much influencing this decision, other than you just sitting with yourself and saying, I can or I can't do this. And I feel like more people need to be straight and direct with it when it comes to this pregnancy and potential parenthood. And that it's okay if you don't want children. And it's okay to terminate a pregnancy that's already, in the making. It's okay. So I know I got a little passionate with that. I feel very passionate about this. I cannot stand pro-lifers. And I think it is like the cause of so many babies born to parents that didn't really want them. I digress. And not even just them, religion, generational curses. I mean, it's all kinds of influences that influences women to have children that they know in their spirit, in their soul, in their own mind and heart that they did not want. And that's what needs to stop. That's what needs to stop. And I feel like, people are more comfortable talking about their stories now. Women are more comfortable talking about their stories now. And it's great and it's beautiful because it needs to have light shed on it. It's not taboo. It's not anything to run and hide from. It's available. It's a medical procedure. It's there for you when you need it. Because I swear, literally saw my life when I found out I was pregnant for the first and only time. My life literally played out for me. A single mom struggling to work, to pay bills, to feed my child, to provide for my child, to be all that I can be for my child, to be chasing behind this dude, this man, for his half of the support, or for his availability to spend with our potential child. And it was just like con after con after con after con after con. I had no pros on the list. So I knew what I had to do. I knew what I wanted to do. And I'm not ashamed. And nobody could tell me that I am anything. Nobody had the power to condemn my spirit to any place. It's like, stop with the foolishness. And it's so crazy because those kind of ideals it's created so much havoc for so many kids being brought up in the most craziest, abusive, just insane situations. Now, let me pivot. You can prevent pregnancy, okay, and disease, but let's focus on pregnancy. Even though with sex you are exposed to potential pregnancy, potential diseases, we know that. You can prevent pregnancy. Your number one, only, absolute, only 100% guarantee you are safe from either one is abstaining. Nothing else is 100%. Nothing. Okay? That's one thing. Ladies, you can track your periods. And I don't say this in a sense of, you don't know this stuff already, but I have learned that there are women that just don't know these things. And I don't need to know why they don't know these things. But we do know that there are women out there, little girls, teenagers, women that don't know these things. So you can track your period. Now you can either do this by hand or you can get your period app. And once you're able to track your period, you can pinpoint your week and some days of ovulation. Now, that's typically the time when your body is preparing itself for pregnancy. Therefore, an egg that is in need of, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, fertilization. You can avoid having sex that week. That's what I do. I don't do anything during Green Week. That is a self-serve week. Back in the day when I was engaging. You can track your period and just don't do during ovulation. Even though it's a crazy week, the hormones are flying, the urge is there, We all know what ovulation week does for some women. Not the same for everybody. I know that. And also, there's Plan B. There is birth control. There is condoms. There's all these things you can do. You can use all of them or one of them, but you can prevent pregnancy. And again, because you have some folks that do enjoy unprotected sex with a partner that they trust. Now, today, I would say you can't trust nobody, but do with that what you will. Um, I'm not dating, so I'm not active. I am 3, 4 years, one of them, abstaining. But like the stuff that I'm hearing and seeing about the dating world today, it just seems so risky. But I digress. But yeah, you can protect yourself. Now, I know it's other ways of becoming pregnant. I'm aware. But I'm just talking about the willing right now. But even in those circumstances, the fact that, terminating is questioned. But it really shouldn't matter the reason. It really shouldn't. If that's something that you want to do, you should be able to do it. And I know like our reproductive rights are like all up in the air across the country. But there are still some places that you can go and have full access to those services. And I do hope you take advantage if that is something that you desire for yourself outside of external influences. And I'm glad I did what I knew what was best for me. And believe me, I had external influences. But I knew. And I did what was best for me. And I'm better for it. And that's it.